For Action News, I'm Anna Smovska. We all know that vitamin D is important in its role in preventing rickets in children, as well as improving dental and bone health. But the so-called miracle vitamin may be overhyped when it comes to other outcomes. The analysis did not show, quote, any convincing evidence that vitamin D intake has positive outcomes when it comes to cancer, diabetes, cardiovascular events, and strokes. And here at ACSHA, we're not surprised. Here's ACSHA's Dr. Ruth Kava with more.
The interesting thing is that vitamin D is very important. We need it in children to help prevent rickets, which means that in order to mineralize the bones, you've got to have calcium, and you have to have vitamin D in order to uptake calcium from food. And of course, you can also get vitamin D from sunlight. It's made in the skin. Of late, I'd say over the last, say, 2 or 3 years, there have been a lot of reports that come out and are touted in the media about how vitamin D levels are important in preventing or treating cancer, diabetes, a whole host of different conditions. But a lot of these studies are either observational, which can't prove causality, or they're too small to be really significant. So Dr. John Ioannidis from Stanford University, along with international co-workers, both from Greece and from Great Britain, undertook a very extensive review, what they called an umbrella review. The authors stated that there was, and I quote, no convincing evidence of a clear role of vitamin D with significant results in both randomized and observational trials. There was some suggestive evidence for some outcomes. For example, decreased cavities in children, and maybe an increased need for vitamin D in pregnant women towards the end of pregnancy. But there was no really strong evidence for a lower risk of colorectal cancer, cardiovascular disease, high blood pressure, or stroke, depression, or type 2 diabetes. So it seems like perhaps what people hear about in the popular literature has been a bit overhyped. And it just doesn't support the concept of high levels of vitamin D being necessary to prevent or cure these diseases. And of course, it's also important to recognize that high levels of vitamin D intake over a long period of time can be toxic and result in calcium deposits in soft tissues of the body. So it's not a vitamin that you want to go run out and take willy-nilly, just in order to prevent what you think you might be prone to.
To read this story and others, you can head to our website, acsha.org, that's acsh.org. And while you're there, don't forget to also sign up for your daily dose of news delivered right to your inbox. For ACSHA, I'm Anna Smovska.